Have you ever had an experience that defied logic, that you couldn't explain with reason or science? The world is full of mysteries and unexplained phenomena, and today we're going to delve into some of the most intriguing ones. We're talking about supernatural experiences, those eerie occurrences that send chills down your spine and make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. These are the stories that lurk in the shadows of our everyday lives, whispered in hushed tones and passed down from generation to generation. They're the tales that spark debates and ignite the imagination, that make us question what we know and challenge our understanding of the world around us. Many of these tales come from Reddit, a platform where people from all walks of life share their experiences and engage in discussions. From ghost encounters to unexplained phenomena, Reddit is a treasure trove of the supernatural. So, buckle up and prepare for a thrill ride. Stay tuned as we dive into some of these chilling accounts from Reddit users. Our first story brings us to the dark corners of a house that hides a shadowy secret. In the quiet, unassuming spaces of an ordinary home, a tale of an extraordinary nature unfolds. A Reddit user, whom we'll refer to as Sam, begins to notice something unusual, something that sends chills down the spine. A shadowy figure lurking in the farthest recesses of their room, always present, always watching. Now, Sam is a person of logic, a firm believer in the tangible and explainable. And so they try to rationalize this eerie presence. Could it be the play of light and dark, or perhaps an optical illusion birthed by the weary mind after a long day? Sam tried to brush it off, to ignore the unsettling feeling that crawled under their skin each time they glimpsed the shadow. But as days turned into weeks, the figure remained, steadfast and uncannily real. Despite their best efforts to debunk the mystery, the shadowy figure remained an enigma. It was not hostile, nor did it seem to carry malice. It was just there, a silent observer in the corner. Sam started to document their experiences, sharing them with the virtual world. The comments poured in, some offering explanations, others sharing similar experiences. Yet none could truly decipher the enigma that was the shadow in the corner. As time passed, Sam began to accept the presence of the unexplainable. The shadow became a part of their everyday life, a strange roommate cohabiting in silence. This acceptance didn't come easy. It was a journey marked by fear, curiosity, and finally resignation. In a world that thrives on explanations, sometimes the unexplainable finds a way to seep in, reminding us that not everything can be boxed and labeled. And so the tale of Sam and their shadowy companion lives on, a silent testament to the mysteries that lurk in the corners of our everyday lives. A shadow lurking in the corners, a mystery that remains unsolved. Next, we have a tale of a phone call that came from beyond the grave. Picture this. One of our fellow Reddit users was going about their day when suddenly their phone rings. The caller ID displays a familiar name, a beloved relative. But here's the kicker. That relative had passed away several months prior. A chill runs down their spine, their heart pounds in their chest, yet curiosity wins over fear, and they answer the call. On the other end of the line, they hear a voice. It's that voice, the one they've missed so dearly, the one they've yearned to hear just one more time. The voice of a loved one who is no longer part of this world. The conversation is brief, filled with familiar warmth and affection. Then, as abruptly as it started, the call ends. Understandably, this experience leaves our Reddit user in a state of emotional turmoil. They're overjoyed to have heard their loved one's voice again, yet disturbed by the inexplicable nature of the call. Could it have been a cruel prank? A glitch in the phone system? Or could it really have been a call from beyond the grave? With a skeptical mind, they embark on a quest for a logical explanation. They contact their phone service provider, who confirms no such call was ever made. They reach out to friends and family, but no one admits to the prank. They even consult a psychic, who suggests that it might indeed have been a message from the afterlife. Despite their efforts, they find no satisfactory explanation. The phantom phone call remains a mystery, a peculiar incident that defies the laws of nature and logic. It serves as a startling reminder of the unexplained, of the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. And so we are left to wonder, could it be that the veil between this world and the next is thinner than we think? Could our loved ones be reaching out to us from the other side, A call from the other side, a startling reminder of the unexplained. Our third story is about a child's imaginary friend who might not be so imaginary after all. In the realms of childhood, the line between fantasy and reality often becomes blurred. Take, for instance, the tale of a Reddit user who shared an eerie account of their child's unseen playmate. This story begins quite innocently with the parent observing their child engaging in animated conversations and laughter with an empty corner of their room. Initially, like any other parent, they dismissed it as an adorable display of their child's blossoming imagination. But as days turned into weeks, the child's interactions with the unseen entity became more intense and frequent. The child would insist that their invisible friend had shared a meal with them, slept beside them, even comforted them when they were upset. The parent, although intrigued, continued to believe it was nothing more than their child's imaginative play. However, things began to change. The parent started noticing inexplicable happenings around the house. Toys would move from their original place, lights would flicker without reason, and occasionally they would hear soft whispers when the child was not around. The parent tried to rationalize these strange occurrences, attributing them to forgetfulness or an electrical issue. Still, the coincidences became harder to ignore. One day the child mentioned a story that their unseen friend had narrated to them, a story that was a family secret, something the child could not have possibly known. This revelation sent a chill down the parent's spine, forcing them to question the nature of their child's unseen playmate. Was it just an imaginary friend spun from the threads of a child's innocent imagination? Or was it something more, something that transcended the boundaries of the known world? The story leaves us with a sense of unease, a shiver down our spine, and a question that hangs in the air. An unseen playmate, a child's innocence, or something more sinister? After hearing these stories, one might wonder, are these mere coincidences or encounters with the supernatural? The shadow in the corner, for instance, left us with an eerie sensation. A shadowy figure seemingly without a physical source, lurking in the corners of a room, unseen by others but a constant presence for one individual. It's an intriguing phenomenon, isn't it? It begs the question, was it a trick of the mind or was it something more? Then we have the phantom phone call, a tale that raises the hairs on the back of our necks. An untraceable call, a voice from the past, and a message that seemed to defy the laws of time and space. It's easy to dismiss it as a prank or a technical glitch, but the personal and specific nature of the message makes it hard to ignore. And who could forget the unseen playmate? A child's innocent game with an invisible friend that seemed to know a bit too much. Was it a vivid imagination at play or an unseen entity engaging with the child? It's a story that treads the fine line between a child's fantasy and a possible interaction with the supernatural. In all these experiences, we see a common thread, a struggle between belief and skepticism. The rational mind seeks logical explanations, but sometimes the evidence or lack thereof leaves us in a quandary. These stories teeter on the edge of our understanding, compelling us to question what we know and what we believe. Perhaps it is this mystery, this exploration of the unknown, that draws us to such tales. They challenge our perception of reality and invite us to consider possibilities beyond our everyday experiences. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, these stories certainly give us something to ponder. After all, not everything in life has a logical explanation.